Good evening and welcome to Primetime News. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Sandro Ferdinando.
And I'm Mariam Gunavijaya. Before we head on, I'd like to wish my co-anchor Sandro a very happy Men's Day. Our producer Joad and of course all of the men working on the news bulletin tonight, and all of y'all, the men joining us on our Primetime News Bulletin. A very happy Men's Day to all of y'all. Well, we now move on with a look at the headlines for tonight. First cabinet meeting of the new government held. Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa appointed as cabinet spokesperson. New ministers assume duties. Outlined future plans. New secretaries appointed to Prime Minister's office, cabinet and 16 ministries. Bimal appointed leader of the House of 10th Parliament of Sri Lanka. Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa named chief government whip. Appointment of nationalist MPs in the New Democratic Front sparks controversy. Weather alert issued for heavy showers and strong winds.
Starting off with news here at home, Minister of Health and Mass Media, Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa was appointed as the cabinet spokesperson for the new government. The announcement was made during the first cabinet meeting of the new government.
The first cabinet meeting of the new government, chaired by President Andrukumara Dissanayake, began at 10 a.m. The new cabinet of the National People's Power government was sworn in yesterday before President Andrukumara Dissanayake at the President's office. The cabinet includes 7 university professors, 2 doctors, a lawyer, an engineer, and 7 other graduates. Meanwhile, Minister Bimal Ratnayake has been appointed as the new leader of the House of the 10th Parliament of Sri Lanka. Bimal Ratnayake also serves as the Minister of Transport, Highways, Ports and Civil Aviation. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa has been named the Chief Government Whip. Cabinet spokesperson Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa serves as the Minister of Health and Mass Media. Former Director of the Department of Legislative Services of Parliament, Janakantha De Silva, has been appointed as a secretary to the Leader of the House.
Meanwhile, several newly appointed ministers officially assumed duties in their respective ministries. Cabinet spokesperson Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa today assumed duties as the Minister of Health and Mass Media.
Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa assumed duties at the Ministry of Health in the presence of the secretary to the ministry.
The people's trust in our country's healthcare system has significantly eroded in recent times. I consider the key challenge and responsibility entrusted to me to be the restoration of that trust among the people, as well as the rebuilding of the Ministry of Health's reputation. Typically, it is the officials of the ministry who address public health concerns, but now the ministry itself is under considerable strain due to recent developments. It is crucial to correct these issues.
Minister of Industry and Entrepreneurship Development, Sunil Hadunethi, also assumed duties at the ministry today.
We need to launch new industries in the country. To do that, we are hoping for a better cooperation between state and private banks. By working together, we can quickly solve the challenges that industrialists are facing, like shortages of raw materials, logistical issues and market barriers. With the trust the public has placed in us and the integrity we've shown, we are confident that we will earn the support of the people as we move forward. Our goal is to build a strong industrial base, boost our export economy and make a real difference in development of local industries.
Minister of Trade, Commerce, Food Security and Cooperative Development, Vasantha Samarasinghe, officially assumed duties at the ministry today.
We have officially begun our work effective today. In my capacity as the Minister of Trade, Commerce, Food Security and Cooperative Development, I bear collective responsibility to the Cabinet to ensure the people of this country have access to essential food items and create an environment that enables them to live comfortably. This responsibility rests with the government. We have scheduled a meeting today to discuss solutions to the current rice shortage. The Ministry of Agriculture and relevant officials are working together swiftly, and we are making decisions accordingly. There is a rice shortage, and when such issues are brought to the fore, some individuals are looking to formulate plans. We are actively working on these plans. The government will take action to put an end to this issue.
K.D. Lanka, who was sworn in as the Minister of Agriculture, Lands, Livestock and Irrigation yesterday, assumed his duties today. Secretary to the Ministry of Agriculture and other officials were also present.
We are confident that with the experience we've gained, we can face the challenges ahead and succeed. We are committed to delivering the results that the people expect from us in this sector. I want to assure the public that we will work hard to meet their hopes. The fields of agriculture, land, irrigation and livestock face many challenges, and we will work closely with everyone involved to find real solutions. To achieve meaningful progress, we need to dedicate public servants who are truly committed to serving the country and its people. Minister of Women and Child Affairs Saroja Polraj expressed her commitment to creating a safer, brighter future for women and children in Sri Lanka.
Empowering women, especially in Sri Lanka's rural communities, is absolutely essential. As part of efforts to tackle rural poverty, we must focus on improving women's economic opportunities. But it's not just about economies. Empowering women is also key to building a safer and more secure future for our children. To make this happen, we need to drive real change in our society, guided by education, awareness and a shift in our values. This means confronting serious issues like violence against women on public transport, in the workplace and in social spaces. We need to work together to end the stigma that surrounds these problems. At the Ministry, we are committed to ensuring that women get equal pay for equal work and are treated fairly in every sector. At the same time, we must make sure that every child has access to safe education and grows up in a positive, supportive environment. We are already taking steps to make these changes a reality. Attorney Harshana Naikara assumed duties as the Minister of Justice and National Integration today.
Our primary responsibility in this role is to restore public trust by re-stabilizing the Ministry of Justice, the Department of Legal Affairs and the police force. The main goal here is to ensure these institutions remain free from political influence. This is what the National People's Power is committed to achieving. We also recognize that some laws are outdated and in need of urgent reform. After further discussions, these laws will be carefully reviewed and updated. The strongest message from the public was the need to bring back the rule of law and order in this country.
Minister, Youth Affairs and Sports Sunil Kumar Gamage also assumed duties at the ministry today. Officials from various organizations under the ministry as well as representatives from sports associations were present.
We've put together a massive plan to develop sports across all fields. The goal is to tap into the incredible talent that exists among the young people of our country. There are so many promising athletes out there, and we want to make sure they have the right support and opportunities to shine. Our focus is to guide these young talents into sports, providing them with the facilities and resources they need to succeed. We aim to create a generation of skilled athletes who can contribute to our society in meaningful ways. Through sports, we want to nurture well-rounded, confident citizens who can make a positive impact on the future of our nation.
Minister Engineer Kumara Jakuri expressed his commitment to delivering as much relief as possible to the public upon taking office at the Ministry of Energy this morning.
Give us some time. There are many issues to address, and we were aware of them even before taking office. Our first priority is to resolve these problems. As for the electricity tariffs, there are concerns among consumers, particularly regarding the difficulty of bearing the cost. These are some of the key issues we are focusing on in relation to electricity. There are challenges related to fuel. In the future, Litrogas will also fall under the ministry's purview. With this, all three sectors will come together and work in close cooperation. In the past, although they were under a single minister, these sectors operated separately, almost like independent entities with no collaboration. There is no need for that at the moment. If any changes are necessary, we will address them in the future. As we have not yet fully studied the situation, we are still receiving some supplies in the same manner as before. When we implement a new approach, we conduct thorough research beforehand. We are committed to bringing about positive change, so there is no need to worry. We will ensure that prices do not rise.
Dr. Anura Karunatilaka, who was sworn in as the Minister of Urban Development, Construction and Housing, assumed duties at the Ministry office at Setsiripaya in Pathramulla today.
Everyone has the right to live in a home that's within a supportive environment. It's our job to help make that happen. Sometimes we can provide people with the opportunity to live in their own private homes, and other times we can work to create a comfortable living environment in apartment buildings. No matter which option people choose, the government and relevant ministries will step in to make sure the right conditions are in place. In the end, it's up to the people to decide, and our role is to ensure that whatever choice they make, the environment will support their needs and preferences.
Dr.
Dhammika Pathabandi, who was sworn in as the Minister of Environment, assumed duties today.
For us, this appointment is not just a position, it is a responsibility. Under the new government, my goal as the Minister of Environment is to fulfill my duties entrusted to me and work towards achieving the objectives set for this role.
Minister of Rural Development, Social Security and Community Empowerment, Professor Upali Panerage, also assumed duties today.
What our country needs today is an environment where everyone is empowered with the freedom to make their own decisions. Creating an environment that ensures social welfare is a key vision of the current government. Before the National People's Power came into power, we clearly said in our manifesto that one of our priorities would be to significantly increase the social safety nets up to at least 10,000 rupees. By increasing these benefits, the goal is to provide social welfare to those who need it the most. This is a key policy of the National People's Power, and it reflects the mandate we have received from the people. Based on this, we are taking action accordingly. We have no intention of halting the process. Within the next 6 months, we aim to introduce new decisive measures to better identify and support those in most need of social welfare and security in our country.
Minister of Buddha Sasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs, Professor Hiniduma Sunil Senavi, also assumed duties today.
I have a deep sense of hope and confidence that we can raise the cultural life of Sri Lankans to a more elevated and enriching level. To me, simply improving the economy isn't enough on its own. This is a big task, and it is one that will need strong support and collaboration from everyone.
Ramalingam Chandrasekaran assumed duties as the Minister of Fisheries, Aquatic and Ocean Resources today.
Our country is surrounded by the sea, but the question is whether we've truly made the most out of these resources. That's why it's so important for us to focus on developing this sector. We've faced many challenges up to this point, but moving forward, we are committed to giving you the freedom and support to help grow this industry. The responsibility for advancing the fishing sector now lies with you, and together, with everyone's efforts, we'll build it up.
New secretaries have been appointed to 16 key ministries, including the office of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. The appointment letters were handed over by the Secretary to the President, Dr. Nandika Sanath Kumar Nayaka.
Pradeep Saputantri has been appointed as a secretary to the Prime Minister. W.M.D.J. Fernando will take up the role as secretary to the cabinet. Senior Professor Kapila C.K. Pereira has been named as secretary to the Ministry of Transport, Highways, Ports and Civil Aviation. Mahinda Sirivardhana has been appointed as secretary to the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. Tilaka Jayasundara will serve as a secretary to the Ministry of Industry and Entrepreneurship Development. A.M. P.M.B. Atapathu has been named a secretary to the Ministry of Buddha Sasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs. Prabhat Chandra Kirti as secretary to the Ministry of Rural Development, Social Security and Community Empowerment. Sampath Toyokonta has been appointed secretary to the Ministry of Defence. Ravi Senaviratna as a secretary to the Ministry of Public Security and Parliamentary Affairs. Ranjit Aryaratna has been appointed secretary to the Ministry of Urban Development, Construction and Housing. Professor Udayanga Hemapala will serve as secretary to the Ministry of Power and Energy. S. Aloka Bandara has been named secretary to the Ministry of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Local Government. S. M. Piatissa will take on the role of secretary to the Ministry of Labour. A. Vimalendi Raja will serve as secretary to the Ministry of Trade, Commerce, Food Security and Cooperative Development. D.P. Vikramasinghe has been named secretary to the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Livestock and Irrigation. Nalaka Kalweva has been appointed secretary to the Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education. AHMU Aruna Bandara has been appointed secretary to the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Aruni Ranaraja will serve as secretary to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
News First with the people.
We now take a report on the ministers and MPs elected to the 10th Parliament of Sri Lanka.
Tenth Parliament of Sri Lanka.
Dinindu Saman Henanayaka, Party National People's Power, District Badulla, votes secured 45,902. Dinindu Saman Henanayaka received his early education at the Dharmadutta National College in Badulla and later completed his undergraduate degree at the University of Ruhuna. He was also an active participant in student politics at the University of Ruhuna. In addition, he holds a master's degree in social sciences from the University of Kelaniya. Several years ago, he led initiatives addressing youth employment issues in the northern and eastern provinces. He served as a disaster relief officer at the Badulla District Secretariat before being elected to Parliament.
We recognize that the majority of the people in this country are suffering due to poverty. It is crucial that we create new economic opportunities for them and improve their standard of living. We are committed to implementing policies that will provide relief to the people with a compassionate and progressive political approach to ultimately build a better future for this country.
Ruwan Mapalagama, Party National People's Power, District Gampaha, votes secured 78,673. Ruwan Mapalagama received his early education at St. Sebastian's College, Kandana, and later completed his O-levels and A-levels at the Bandaranaike College in Gampaha. He obtained his bachelor's degree from the University of Kelaniya. He has been an active member of the National People's Power Student Wing and also contributed to the Student Union at the University of Kelaniya. Currently, he serves as a lecturer.
During the presidential election, we outlined policies aimed at building a prosperous country and enhancing the quality of life. Now, we are focused on bringing these policies to reality, ensuring that Sri Lanka progresses to become a better place. I am determined to contribute to the legislative process to ensure the successful implementation of the National People's Power policies.
Chaturanga Singha, Party National People's Power, District Colombo, votes secured 127,166. Chaturanga Singha completed his secondary education at Nalanda College, Colombo, and later obtained a degree in financial management from the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. He is a professional consultant specializing in data science and digital technology.
In order to address the poverty faced by our country, we must focus on economic revitalization. This includes starting new businesses, improving business productivity through digital technologies, and creating export-driven industries. I am confident that my professional expertise will contribute significantly to these efforts and to increase in foreign currency inflows into Sri Lanka.
R.N. Padmasiri Bandara, Party National People's Power, District Polonnaruwa, vote secured 45,096. Born on the 8th of December 1966, Padmasiri Bandara received his primary education at the Kirimatiya Vidyalaya in Polonnaruwa and later pursued his advanced studies at the Nungamola Vidyalaya. He holds a degree from the University of Peradeniya and a postgraduate qualification from the Open University of Sri Lanka. He also holds a teaching diploma in educational sciences from the Hapitigam National College of Education in Mirigamal. With 35 years of experience in teaching, he has made significant contributions to education.
One of the key issues facing Polonnaruwa is the education sector. There is a significant shortage of teachers and an unequal distribution of resources across schools. Only a few schools in the district provide quality education. Our primary goal is to create the necessary conditions for the rapid and comprehensive development of the education system.
10th Parliament of Sri Lanka.
General Secretary of the Samagi Jana Balawege, Ranjit Madduma Bandara, has been appointed as a nationalist member of Parliament. The relevant Gazette notification was issued by the Election Commission today. Meanwhile, the New Democratic Front, with just 3 parliamentary seats under the gas cylinder symbol, is now facing a crisis following the appointment of 2 nationalist MPs. This situation arose after the party's General Secretary, Shamil Pereira, told the Election Commission about Ravi Kannanayaka's nomination as one of the nationalist MPs.
Leaders of the New Democratic Front discussed the party's current situation at the election office of former President Ranil Wickremesinghe, located on Flower Road.
අපේ කණ්ඩායමම ලිඛිතව අත්සන් කරලා දුන්නා පැහැදිලි ලෙස මේක කාංචන විජේසේකර මන්ත්‍රීතුමාට ලබා දෙන්න.
එතකොට රවි කරුණානායක මහත්මයාගේ ස්ථිරයි.
ඒක දන්නේ නැහැ ඒක සාමාන්‍ය ඒ අනිත් පක්ෂවල ඒවට මම ඇඟිලි ගහන්න යන්නේ නැහැ.
No amendments can be made now. The names have already been sent to the Election Commission. Therefore, it cannot be changed. We strongly oppose the unethical submission of his name to the Election Commission. Names of Kanchana Wijesekara, Faisal Mustafa, Nimal Lanza were also proposed. A final decision has not yet been reached. The name of Nimal Lanza, who worked hard in this election under the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, has also been presented. Attorney Faisal Mustafa has also been proposed. The name of Ataullah from the Eastern Province has also been proposed on behalf of the Muslims.
Welcome back. Continuing in more local news. Secretary to the Ministry of Power and Energy, Vyanga Himpala, and Additional Secretary C.A. Sunath Lochana made an unconditional apology before the Supreme Court today. This was regarding an ongoing case before the Supreme Court regarding Lanka Transformers Limited, a company under the Ministry of Power and Energy. The minister pertains to allegations of contempt of court for issuing a letter to the company requesting assistance for an audit, which was seen as an attempt to interfere with the judicial process.
Following the previous court orders, both individuals appeared personally before the court and sought forgiveness for their actions when the complaint against the contempt of court was taken up before the Supreme Court today. Additional Solicitor General Milinda Gunathilaka, appearing on behalf of the Secretary and Additional Secretary of the Ministry of Power and Energy, stated that respondents had no intention of contemptuously interfering with the court's proceedings through the issuance of the relevant letter. The Supreme Court bench pointed out that intervening in a case that is ongoing before the court constitutes contempt of court and damages the dignity of the judiciary. Supreme Court justices further emphasized that administrative officials should be fully aware that such actions result in contempt of court.
The Asian Development Bank today approved a $200 million policy-based loan to further help the government of Sri Lanka strengthen its financial sector.
The Asian Development Bank has approved a loan of $200 million to support Sri Lanka's financial sector reforms. The ADB said the second sub-program of its financial sector stability and reforms program builds on the stabilization and crisis management measures put in place under the first sub-program approved in 2023. This loan will assist in implementing key reforms to improve financial sector governance, enhance the capacity of financial institutions and boost regulatory frameworks. It aims to strengthen the financial system's resilience and improve access to finance, contributing to sustainable economic growth. Policy reforms under the sub-program 2 will also improve the Central Bank of Sri Lanka's regulatory supervision of banks to ensure financial stability.
Chinese ambassador to Sri Lanka Ki Zeng-hong visited Jaffna today.
The Chinese ambassador to Sri Lanka, Ki Zeng-hong, and his team visited the Sakote Cape, the northmost notch in Point Pedro today. During his visit, the ambassador highlighted on China's friendship policy towards Sri Lanka.
At the beginning of this year, the Chinese government donated the total of about 1.5 billion rupees to support the Northern Province and the Eastern Province. The friendship policy towards Sri Lanka is a face all the parties, all the ethnic groups, all the regions, no matter what kind of the parties took office. We will work together to enhance the cooperation and increase the political trust. I will fully support the unity in diversity is the strength of Sri Lanka.
The Passara-Lunugala main road remains closed following a landslide near the 13th mile post along the Badulla-Bibile road.
Due to the landslide that occurred last night, vehicular movement on the Passara-Lunugala road has been further disrupted close to the 13th mile post. Rocks and debris have fallen onto the road, completely blocking passage. A special traffic management plan has been put in place to count any disruptions caused due to the blockage. According to the police, buses departing from Passara are currently being limited to the 13th mile post. In the meantime, an alternative bus service is operating from the landslide site at the 13th mile post to Moraragala. The police have also ensured that pedestrians can safely pass through the affected area. Restoration efforts to clear the landslide and reopen the road are still underway. The Alakanda junction was submerged along the 274 Bopitia-Colombo bus route due to the overflowing of the Hamilton Canal. Two sluice gates of the Rajangani Reservoir were opened due to the rainfall in the upper catchment areas. According to Water Resources Engineer Sampath Samarajiva, the water release will have a flow rate of 614 cubic feet per second.
The press conference of the Sri Lanka Law College International Research Conference 2024 was held in Colombo today.
Sri Lanka Law College International Research Conference 2024, the inaugural two-day event held under the theme, quote-unquote, Law in the 21st Century, Exploring New Frontiers, is dedicated to exploring the cutting-edge issues in law and legal practice and is said to make history as it brings together over 40 esteemed speakers from both domestic and international backgrounds.
We are looking at the 21st century beyond, and because there's so much of changes happening around us in Sri Lanka, and our sessions, we decided, must focus on that. And therefore, we came up with this idea, the best way to celebrate 150th anniversary of Sri Lanka Law College is to have an international conference which is covering the future of this country because there is a significant change happening around us, and we want to have a in order to facilitate the political, cultural, spiritual, all those factors into one. So therefore, this conference, which comes out at the critical hour of our nation, it is significant in the existence of Sri Lanka's Law College history.
The Sri Lanka Law College International Research Conference 2024 will provide a dynamic environment for legal discourse, fostering the exchange of innovative ideas, advancing legal scholarship and promoting collaboration across the global legal community.
A conference on business sustainability organized by the University of Colombo was held yesterday.
The first international conference on business sustainability organized by the University of Colombo was held in Colombo yesterday. Speaking at the event, Vice-Chancellor H.D. Karunaratne expressed his views on the importance of the conference.
We know that all of us try to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by year 2030. Sustainability is coming mainly from three dimensions, as all are aware, that is the environmental sustainability, that is the economic sustainability, that is the social sustainability. So in today's international conference, our undergraduate students, this is the most important thing. This conference is meant for undergraduate and postgraduate students who have done research and presenting their mostly first paper in their life. They are presenting on business sustainability, social sustainability and environmental sustainability.
The launch of the book Stabilizing Economies, a Business Cycle, Entrepreneurship and Sustainability by H.D. Karunaratne took place during the event.
About this very specific book, Stabilizing Economies.
In some international news, Russia says Ukraine has fired US-supplied long-range missiles into the country a day after Washington gave its permission for such attacks.
The Ministry of Defense in Moscow said Ukraine used the Army Tactical Missile System, or the ATACMS, in a strike on Russia's Bryansk region this morning. 5 missiles were shot down and 1 damaged, with its fragments causing a fire at a military facility in the region, it said in a statement. The strike represents the first time the long-range missiles have been used on Russia's internationally recognized territory and comes shortly after Washington signaled Ukraine had permission to fire the ATACMS into Russia.
The third and final ODI between Sri Lanka and New Zealand was called off due to rain after 21 overs of play. With no result in this match, Sri Lanka win the series 2-0.
The game took place at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium, where New Zealand captain Mitchell Santner won the toss and elected to bat first. For Sri Lanka, there were a few changes in the squad. Chamindu Wickramasinghe made his ODI debut, while Nishan Madhushankar, Nuwanindu Fernando and Mohammad Shiraz were also included, with Kusal Mendes and Pathum Nissanka being rested in preparation for the upcoming Test series against South Africa. In New Zealand's innings, Tim Robinson opened the batting with Will Young. The pair put on 24 runs for the first wicket before Robinson was dismissed for 9, bowled by Mohammad Shiraz. This was the first time that the visitors were batting first in the ODI series, and they seemed to put up a strong total before the rain delay, when they were 112 for 1 after 21 overs. With the match abandoned, Sri Lanka take the series 2-0.
And the rain is quite heavy, and the ground staff really.
And with that, we wrap up news for tonight.
Thank you very much for watching. Good night and take care.